So this is the artwork that we will be inspired by. It is called Still Life with Basket and 6 Oranges by Vincent van Gogh. It shows a still life. And today, on day 1, we will begin creating the background, which will be the table and the wall behind our still life fruit basket. Step 1. When you get your light gray paper, write your name and your class code on the back, flip it over, find the middle, and draw 3 lines, and it gives the optical illusion that you have a table at the bottom and 2 back walls on the upper part. You'll get some crayons and you're going to trace over your pencil lines. I prefer to use black, but you can use whatever color you like in the tray. And then get your texture rubbing sheet, place it under your paper, and get a different color, and start to rub different colors on the tabletop. And I prefer to use a different color for the walls behind. If you want to, you can do 3 different colors, and you can even layer colors together on the wall behind. Step 2. So you will receive a basket with plastic fruit in it, and you can inspect the basket and see that there's an oval at the top. When you get your half sheet of light brown paper, start at the top edge, draw a long oval all the way to both sides of the paper, and we want to do this to make sure that when we have our fruit, that there's enough room in the top of the basket for the fruit to go in. Then draw the bottom U shape of your basket. You are going to receive another tray of crayons with paper on them this time that are orange and brown and black, and you will trace over your pencil lines in black crayon and look at the weaving in the basket and the top edge of the basket at your table, and you will draw vertical, horizontal, diagonal lines, whatever type of woven basket you like. And I like to go over the edge with black crayon to give it a little shadow, and also check out the shadow inside the oval at the top to make it look more realistic. Clip together both your basket and your background. For step 3, we will create an illusion that our basket can hold fruit for our still life. So you're going to have to fold your basket in half and snip the center, and then unfold it and snip along the edge, but do not go all the way to the other edge, just enough so you can do this. So then you can put your hand inside and see the optical illusion that it's a basket that can hold something. You'll find your background and an Elmer's glue. Pick off the end that's dry, twist open the glue, and be sure to put the dots exactly where I am showing you here so you do not get glue on that opening. 1 finger from the bottom, place it down so we have plenty of room to insert our still life fruit. Then place it on the drying rack because we used Elmer's glue.